There's a powerful saying. A woman may forget what you said, she may forget what you did, but she will never forget how you made her feel. That, right there, is the secret to making her emotionally attached to you. Gentlemen, let me tell you something powerful right now. Women don't fall in love with things. They don't get emotionally attached because of your job title, your car, or the digits in your bank account. Those things may grab attention, but they don't create connection. A woman becomes emotionally attached when you touch her heart, when you awaken her soul, and when she feels in your presence something she can't find anywhere else. So, the real question is this: how do you create that deep emotional attachment? How do you go beyond attraction and build something unforgettable? Tonight, I'm going to give you 6 truths. Not tricks, not gimmicks. Truths that make a woman not just interested in you, but emotionally bonded to you. Because at the end of the day, a relationship isn't about possession, it's about resonance. Point number 1. Make her feel safe in your energy. If you want a woman to open her heart to you, she must feel safe in your presence. I don't just mean safe physically. I mean safe emotionally, spiritually, energetically. Safe to express herself. Safe to let down her guard. Safe to reveal the parts of her soul she hides from the rest of the world. Think about this. A woman carries the weight of being judged every single day. She's judged for how she looks, how she dresses, how she talks, how she moves. When she's with you, she doesn't want another judge. She wants a sanctuary. So, your energy matters more than anything else. Your tone of voice, your body language, the way you respond when she shares her fears, these are the signals that say, with me, you are home. And when she feels that, she can finally breathe. She can finally open up. There's a phrase I love. When a woman feels safe, she blossoms. Imagine that. You're not just her partner. You're the soil where her roots dig deep and the sunlight that allows her to bloom. That's when emotional attachment begins, not in flashy gifts, not in clever lines, but in the feeling that her soul can rest in your presence. So, ask yourself this. Does your energy say, you're safe with me? Or does it say, be careful? Because the moment she feels safe in your presence, you've unlocked her heart. Point number 2. Listen like she's the only voice in the world. Now let's talk about listening, because this is where most men fail. They hear words, but they don't listen to meaning. And let me tell you, women know the difference. Listening is more than staying quiet while she talks. Listening is leaning in. Listening is remembering. Listening is when she mentions her favorite flower once, and 2 weeks later you surprise her with it. Not because she asked, but because you cared enough to remember. That's when her heart whispers, he sees me. He values me. You see, the greatest hunger of the human heart is to be understood. And when you listen deeply, you feed her soul. You're saying, your voice matters to me. Your thoughts matter. You matter. And let me give you a secret. When a woman feels truly heard, she begins to crave your presence. Why? Because the world ignores her. The world rushes past her. But you are the one who pauses, the one who listens, the one who makes her feel like she's the only person in the room. Remember this. Attention is the purest form of love. When you give her your attention, not just sometimes, but consistently, you begin weaving threads of emotional attachment so strong, she won't want to imagine life without you. Point number 3. Lead with emotional honesty. Gentlemen, the world has told you a lie. The lie is that being vulnerable makes you weak. That showing your emotions makes you less of a man. Let me tell you the truth. Emotional honesty is one of the most powerful forces in love. A woman does not want the perfect man. She wants the real man. She doesn't want the mask, the ego, or the performance. She wants the man behind it all. The one with scars. The one with dreams. The one with fears. When you say to her, I'm not perfect, but I'm present. I'm real. That's when she starts to attach, because vulnerability creates trust. And trust is the foundation of connection. Think about it. How can she open her heart to you if you never open yours to her? If you hide behind the walls of toughness, you may impress her, but you won't reach her. What bonds people is not perfection, it's authenticity. So, stop trying to be flawless. Be honest. Be raw. Share your story. Share your setbacks. Share your triumphs. Let her see that you're not a statue of stone. You're a man of flesh, blood, and a heart that feels. Because here's the truth. When you open yourself, you give her permission to open herself too. And two open hearts will always connect deeper than two closed ones. Point number 4. Add romance in the smallest details. Romance, my friends, is not about grand gestures once in a blue moon. It's about the small, consistent actions that say, "You matter." It's holding her hand when you cross the street. It's kissing her forehead before she leaves for work. It's sending her a text in the middle of the day that says, "Thinking of you right now." The world tells us that romance is expensive dinners and exotic trips, but women fall in love with the little things. Why? Because the little things are proof of thoughtfulness. They're proof that she lives in your heart and mind even when she's not around. Think of it this way. Grand gestures are fireworks. They explode, they amaze, and then they fade. But the little romantic actions? They're like candlelight, soft, steady, always burning. So, don't underestimate those details. She will remember the way you tucked her hair behind her ear, the way you listened to her story at 2 a.m., the way you looked at her like she was magic. Those are the things that make her heart attached to yours. Because love isn't measured in moments of spectacle, it's measured in moments of presence. Point number 5. Give her certainty through consistency. Here's a hard truth. Women don't get attached to words, they get attached to actions. Every woman has a deep need for certainty. Certainty that you're not going to disappear. Certainty that your promises aren't empty. Certainty that when you say, "I care," it's backed by action. That's why consistency is the glue of emotional attachment. If you call when you say you will, if you show up when you promised, if your actions match your words, she begins to trust you at her core. And trust is the bridge to emotional attachment. Think of it like this. Words are wind. Actions are roots. If your words aren't backed by roots, the tree falls in the storm. But when your actions are steady, when your love is predictable in the best way, she feels safe enough to invest her heart fully in you. So, ask yourself, am I consistent? Do my actions align with my words? Because inconsistency creates confusion, and confusion kills connection. But consistency creates certainty, and certainty builds emotional attachment. Point number 6. Inspire her growth, don't control it. Finally, this is the deepest level. Women become attached to men who make them feel alive. Not controlled, not caged. Alive. Too many men think love means ownership. But love is not a prison, it's a garden. And if you want her to attach deeply, don't limit her. Inspire her. Support her dreams. Fuel her passions. Be the man who says, "I don't want to hold you back. I want to see you fly." Because when she feels that you are her encourager, her cheerleader, the one who believes in her even when she doubts herself, her soul bonds to yours. You're not just her lover, you're her partner in growth. And nothing attaches a woman more than knowing she has someone who will walk with her, not just in the good times, but in the journey of becoming her best self. Love her enough to let her grow, and she will love you enough to stay. So, gentlemen, remember these 6 truths: safety, listening, honesty, romance, consistency, and inspiration. These are not tricks. These are not tactics. These are the foundations of love. Because at the end of the day, a woman will forget what you bought her. She will forget the things you said. But she will never forget how you made her feel. Make her feel safe. Make her feel seen. Make her feel loved. Do that, and you won't just have her attention, you'll have her heart. Thank you.